Hello everyone and welcome back to the Artificial DM. So for today we have a viewer submitted story, and he tells of his experience from when he was playing D&D, and this is more of a reflective story about problems that he himself brought to the table. But anyway, enough rambling from me, let's get into the story. This story is from Bombastically Joe. Thanks for sharing your tale. Alrighty, so this is going to be a long one. I played this game about 10 years ago, when I was 16 years old, and this game is unique, because I was the problem player, or at least a big part of the problem. So this game was ran by a friend of mine, named Boris. We are still friends. It was a game that was set up for epic level 20 plus Pathfinder, and switching between that and our low level characters as a sort of split reality. In the game we started with 4 players, John playing a human ranger, Bob playing a warforged sorcerer, Jesse playing a gnome wizard, and then I was playing a halfling druid. The game was fun, and we all got along. My character was Jinaere, pronounced Jinaere. She wanted to become the god of madness, like Sheogorath from the Elder Scrolls Oblivion, the Shivering Isles DLC. In the epic levels, her madness was manageable, but when we would switch back to the lower levels, she was a bit of a nuisance to the other players, as she would instigate problems by trolling NPCs, force-feeding people sweet rolls, and attacking people. The original group just kind of put up with it, as at the time, I was really depressed, and I think they were willing to allow me to just have fun. However, I did get a lot of eye-rolling, and the other players would have to act as my babysitters, stopping me from stealing things from people I didn't like, and other mischievous activities. However, after a couple of sessions, Jesse quit, and John got really sick. So it was Boris, Bob, and me. And this is when she went right off the deep end into utter madness, as we had about 4 sessions with only 2 players. One time that I remember well is that my character had some free time, and she and her crocodile animal companion hid in some random town person's closet in their house. When they came home, we jumped out and yelled, "Surprise!" However, after he started panicking and calling for the guards, I had my crocodile attack and eat him, and then I placed 5 pounds of cheese on the ground, and we snuck out of the bathroom window. My character never admitted to the crimes, and we just left the town. One time we were talking to an old lady, and Jinaere wanted to kill her, because she was convinced that she was an old hag. After that, Boris managed to get his roommates to play with us, Caleb and Daniel, and these 2 guys hated my character. Every time she acted up, all I got was loud sighs, exasperated moans, and eye rolls. They would often tell me that my character was bad, and that I should stop playing her. It really took me out of the game having people constantly chew me out of character. Another thing that was an issue is when the new players joined, they weren't interested in building a level 20 character, and thus at this point, we never played the epic level again. This was kind of an issue, because Jinaere was largely formed in the epic level, and a lot of the bullshit that she did wasn't as big of a deal in the epic levels. I remember one time, she transformed into a chaos dragon. It was a homebrewed dragon, and its breath weapon was basically a rod of wonder. I was singing in front of a crowd of people, and I wanted to use my breath weapon in front of them. I was hoping that it would be the stream of 600 butterflies, but it was instead acid, and I killed like 100 people. But at that level, I just had to pay only like 100,000 gold for some resurrections. No big deal. At the time, I did understand, but I just had so much fun playing the character and not being myself. It was like her character became a personality and a true character, rather than just a template. I felt like it was impossible to change her character. It really took me out of the game, constantly having people telling me out of character to just stop. I also had a personality conflict with Caleb. At the time, I was trying to become a better Christian, and he was a combative atheist, and we would often snap at each other. I did try to get along with him too. I gave him one of my old bongs that I didn't use anymore. At this point, the group was fairly toxic, but I wanted to keep playing, as I was the elder member, and I felt that eventually he would leave the game. At one point, my character died, due to her messing with a powerful wizard, by smashing a sweet roll into one of his spellbooks after he kindly refused to accept it from me. I thought that I'd put it there for him later. He sent me a letter that was addressed to me, and when I read it, it activated a seal of death, and I took 64 damage and died instantly. I did almost survive it. I only died because I wasn't at full health. After she died, I wasn't really able to make another character. Most of my other characters were self-inserts, depressed, glum, boring, brooding, and my snapping at Caleb got worse and worse. At one point, Boris, Bob, and I were taking a walk after the game, and I admitted that sometimes I really just wanted to punch him. Not that I would do it, but that I wanted to. During the next week, Boris said that I was out of the group. I was pretty upset, as I thought that he was the problem player, not me. But I do get it. He was a roommate. I was really pissed for a while, and blocked Boris's phone number and email address. But after about a year, I called him up, and we've been friends ever since. And now he's a player in my game. I feel like the way that I acted is just kind of what moody teenagers do. I think that I've learned a lot since that game, and I like DMing a lot more now. I am also not depressed anymore, and that is pretty great. So, it has a happy ending. Joe, it's nice to see that in reflection you're able to identify that you were a problem. Honestly, what you say there at the end though really brings it home. We've all done things when we were younger that we look back on and realize that we were a problem, or basically an asshat. I know I've done things in my past that I'm not proud of, and RPGs are no different. People are going to use RPGs as an escape, and being able to play in these RPGs as an escape and being something completely fantastic is what makes the game fun. Sometimes you've got to just go with what you are enjoying. It may not be enjoyable to everyone around the table, and because of that, there's always got to be a little bit of push and shove to change things a little bit. But if you can work things out to where everybody is still having fun, that is the main important part of the game. As I've said before, being able to reflect on your past and come to the conclusion that you were the problem and being able to grow and change from that is probably one of the best habits to have as a person. But anyway, that's what I think. I want to hear what you guys think down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the tale, please hit the like button, as it really does help the channel out, as it lets YouTube know who's enjoying the content. Bombastically Joe, thanks again for sharing your tale, and hopefully we can serve up enough stories for you to enjoy while you're on the road. If you would like to share your story, whether it's a good story, a bad story, stories about climbing on rocks, be sure to join the Discord, send me an email, hop on Reddit, however you want to send it to me. That's going to do it for today. And until next time, hope you feel inspired.